Hey, what's up, guys? Pitfall7 here, back with another video, and today I'm actually doing the Q&A that I wanted to do for reaching 1,000 subscribers. And again, I know I've said it plenty of times before, but thank you guys so much for even deciding to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like I know a lot of the reason I've gotten this far is because of when I started doing reactions almost 4 years ago. Holy shit, it's been almost 4 years. But yeah, I'm glad that everyone who's decided to subscribe to my channel, whether you're here for the gaming content or here for the reactions, the quick reviews that Shen and I started, that I've gradually gotten more people into, Shenanigan Sundays, Masochism Mondays, all those extra series. But I'm very thankful that you guys have decided to tune in and subscribe to this channel and all the fuckery that happens with me with me and my friends. But like I said, we got a Q&A to that we're doing, and got a few questions. So first question is, what made you decide to start a YouTube channel? So what made me decide to start a YouTube channel was I've always seen YouTube as a way of being able to escape the real world. Like if you're having a terrible day or just not in the best of moods, you can go onto YouTube and watch some of your favorite content creators, get your mind off of everything and increase your mood. That's what YouTube was for me when before I started making videos back in 2015. And that's all that I really want to do now. Is I want to be able to help people. Like, I want to try to make their days better and just try to take their minds off of stuff that could be going on in their lives. Just a brief minute or just a brief moment of respite from your daily life. That's mainly what I want to do with my YouTube channel as well. And that goes into question 2 as well. What is your future goals for your YouTube channel? Just I want to continue to help. I want to continue to help people and make people's days better personally. Like that's all I've ever wanted to do. I've never been in this for money. I've never been in this for fame, anything like that. I've always just wanted to help people. I wanted to entertain people, and even if I'm not entertaining by myself, I've got plenty of friends who are always happy to be in videos with me. I've got Cerberus, I've got Unsuitable, I've got Clock, I've got Bobby, I've got Shen. I've got all these guys who are always happy to be in videos with me and be entertaining. Next question is, how did you come up with the username PitifulAlloy7? Funny thing is, I didn't actually come up with the username. So a little bit of backstory for this. Many years ago, I owned an Xbox 360 and I had an Xbox Live account. I got locked out of that account because someone changed the password on me and refused to give me the password. So it's just so I lost access to that account completely. And it's just like, okay, whatever. I guess I got to start a new account. And so I started a new account, new profile. I put in a username. I don't remember what the original username was, but Microsoft told me that username was taken, and it gave me a randomly generated name, and it said, "Would you like to try Pitiful Alloy 7?" And I thought to myself, fuck it. Why not? Worst case scenario, I'll run with it for a while, and worst case scenario, if I don't like it, I can change it once for free. I ended up sticking with the name, and it's just been Pitiful Alloy 7 for the last 15 years at this point. That's been my online name for basically everything at this point, because I ended up just really becoming attached to the name, and it stuck. All right. Do you have a favorite YouTuber? Yes and no. It depends on the category. When it comes to like reactions, my favorite YouTuber for reactions is I Am Sick Flows, because Sick I think is just awesome. He's always open with his community on anything that's going anything that's going on, and his his takes on stuff I've noticed are actually kind of similar to mine. So, and he's the reason I got into reactions anyway in the first place. So, when it comes to reactions, Sick is my personal favorite YouTuber, but when it comes to stuff like gaming, the main channel I watch consistently for gaming has always been DA Games. Like, DA Games is actually what Will in his content is what actually inspired me, other than wanting to help people. It's what inspired me to actually start a full series on my YouTube channel. Like, my first full series from beginning to end was Outlast, and I got inspired by that for Outlast by Will's song Lost in the Dark, which was a song he made based on Outlast. So when it comes to gaming, Will has been one of my favorites for a long time. And when it comes to reactions, I Am Sick Flows. What are some of your favorite artists and my favorite music genre? Anyone who knows me knows my favorite artist is Citizen Soldier. And before Citizen Soldier, it was Sick Puppies. Like, I grew up with this group called Sick Puppies. They started out in Australia, and then the lead singer Shim and the bass player Emma moved from Australia over here to the US, and they picked up their drummer Mark. If I recall correctly, that was his name. It's been a while since I've looked into too much of Sick Puppies. But yeah, it is Mark, because the new lead singer is Brian. But so obviously Citizen Soldier. Sick Puppies has always been a favorite of mine. And again, Will Ryan, DA Games, or Iris as he also goes by as well. And when it comes to my favorite music genre, I'd have to say rock / alternative. Like I've never really been picky about music, about music and what genre it comes from. I have ones I don't listen to that often because it's not really my taste anymore. But when it comes to genre, rock / alternative, what got me interested in making videos, wanting to help people, and again, got inspired by Will of DA Games. I think I even have a video pinned on my main front page in the serious videos playlist as a thank you message to Will. I made that back in like 2016, I think it was, like maybe a year after I started even uploading videos in the first place, when I barely did any editing at all. I just put it in Adobe, or when I first started, Windows Movie Maker, just added an intro and outro, didn't bother cutting anything. If I had multiple clips, I would just add them together. I cut nothing and just released it on the internet. Why people decided at that time I was worth 20 subscribers, I don't fucking know. But did I ever think I'd hit 1,000? Hell no. For many years I was stuck at 20. And then I gradually got up to 40, was stuck there for a while. And then I started doing reactions. I got up to like 90 something subscribers by the end of 2020. And in just 4 years I've gotten an extra 900. I didn't ever think I'd get to 1,000, and if I never hit 1,000, I still would have been fine with that. But now that we're here at 1,000, just wanting to keep it going the best I can. And yes, I know I've been absent with it lately. I'm basically fully over being sick now, and with my work schedule still, I'm trying to find and Shattered Souls, I'm trying to find what every time I can to be able to get into doing this stuff as well as work and making more music for Shattered Souls. Now, what is my favorite movie? I have quite a few favorite movies. I'll answer this question first, and then if you have a question.
No, I was going to chime in and be a little shit.
Yeah, fair enough. I have a few favorite movies. I've always said that my favorite movie of all time is Cloverfield, because Cloverfield's a fucking great movie. But when it comes to my favorite movies in general, Cloverfield, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man 3, actually. Like, I genuinely really like Spider-Man 3. A lot of people don't, but I do. The World's End. I fucking love The World's End. I love the entire John Wick series. And surprise, surprise, Beetlejuice. Like, the first movie, unfortunately, the riff that both Shen and I did 2 years ago for Halloween is no longer... It's technically up on the channel, but it's blocked worldwide, so no one can see it. He and I can both say the first movie did not age well.
Oh, God, it aged poorly.
It didn't age well at all, but we're both really damn excited for Beetlejuice.
I was going to chime in and be a little shit with the favorite movie question and suggest always watching.
No.
Which I feel like I just got the brief look if I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, you did. Because fuck that movie.
But I needed to chime in and be a little shit.
No, funny enough, Titanic 2 could also be in that. Could also be in that as well, because it's so bad it's good movie. But it's also one of Asylum's best.
Yeah.
And I also like Titanic. Like the original James Cameron movie, I do actually really like that movie. I just don't go back and rewatch it that much because, dear God, I've never been a fan of the Romeo and Juliet story to begin with, and everything to do with Jack and Rose is the weakest part of the fucking movie. Who the fuck cares? You're there to see a goddamn ship sink. You're there to see people die. Fuck you, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I mean, yes, I agree with that for entirely different reasons regarding Leonardo DiCaprio, but... I mean, the guy is just, like, the piece of shit, has sketchy dating habits, but...
Oh, yeah, 100%. Got something to chime in with?
I had it, other than being a little shit, and then I've lost it. Oh, because we kind of got on the topic talking about this. It's not really related to anything to the channel, but I have been meaning to ask this for fucking ever. Of the various takes on Spider-Man that we've seen, either cartoon, movie, or even different takes in the comics, which one has been your favorite? Have you had a particular
Spectacular favorite? Spider-Man.
Correct answer.
Spectacular Spider-Man has always been my absolute favorite Spider-Man. It's the goddamn Josh Keaton too.
Oh God, yes.
But if I
he actually reprised a similar role in Young Justice with Black Spider.
Yep. And not to mention, he even showed up in a cameo in Across the Spider-Verse as Spectacular Spider-Man.
On Miguel's side, which I disagree with, but
yeah, but and when it comes to another one, when it comes to Spider-Man, I'm also holding Insomniac's Peter Parker Spider-Man in a fairly high regard.
Yeah,
they kind of rushed a little bit of his character development in Spider-Man 2. I'm more than willing to admit that it's not a perfect game.
They had to split development between two characters. Oh no, one of them's going to wind up being a little wonky.
Exactly. What the fuck can you do with two Spider-Men?
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
On that same note, speaking of Spider-Verse stuff, what were your feelings on the 97 series? Have you ever actually watched that?
You mean the 94 series?
That was the 94?
94, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was 97.
No,
okay.
In 94.
But the 90s one, the good one.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it because, one, it was the inspiration for a lot of stuff, like how Sam Raimi handled the Black Suit arc.
Yep. Get back here! I'll chase you till the ends of the earth!
Funny enough, I love that quote so goddamn much.
Please tell me we got that in 2.
No.
Oh! Come on! You had one job!
There was no way we could. Craven killed Shocker!
Craven could have said it.
But I love that quote so much, I downloaded it on fucking YouTube Premium. Just for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about.
chase you to the ends of the earth!
That's
It's
voice over the most overreacting scene in Spider-Man history, the animated series. It's so true.
The voice actor was chewing the scenery, and we love him for it.
Oh yeah. It
I
was
feel weird being so far back, but this is the only way I can be kind of on camera. Otherwise, I'm a sleeve.
eh. But I
Yeah.
fucking loved the 90s series.
Yeah.
What are some of my favorite foods?
I mean, I know you and Crab.
Yeah, I make crab alfredo. I fucking love crab alfredo.
Yeah.
Corn dogs.
I will learn how to make homemade corn dogs at some point. I promise not to make anything too cursed.
Thank you. Here where we are, we have a pizza place called Jason's Pizza.
Oh God, Jason's.
They have a very specific pizza there that I didn't think I was going to like when Zoe got it for us one day at Rent-A-Center, and it's become my favorite pizza of all fucking time. The Maui pizza.
Oh God, that's the one with pineapple, ham, and
Pineapple,
and honey.
ham, bacon, honey drizzle.
Yeah.
I fucking love it so much.
Honey on pizza is one of those things that shouldn't work.
It shouldn't work, but it did.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess I'm just here now. I don't feel like going back out to my laptop.
yeah, fair enough. Then get that a little closer
Okay.
to you then, and I'll move this so people can see you too.
Like I'm not technically. I mean, I kind of am part of the channel. I'm the reason why Shenanigans Sundays and Massacres on Mondays exist.
And
but,
the quick
like,
reviews.
And the quick reviews, but like, I don't feel like I'm part of the channel.
Anyone,
I technically have my own channel, but I don't do anything on it.
anyone who's ever been on my channel, I consider part of my channel.
Yeah, fair enough. So I
Yeah.
guess I can also chime in if something's pertinent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't imagine anything's going to be, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
On a related note, he said he was not in it for the money. Send him money.
Fuck off.
This
But
isn't
what-
actual merch. I got this from Spencer's. But
Yeah, but one of my favorite foods of all time is actually just standard spaghetti and meatballs.
good choice.
I-
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, one more thing. There are two more things actually. I love Olive Garden stuffed shells. And not even trying to toot your own horn, but just because it was so fucking good. The first time you made when you lived with Dad and I,
Oh god,
first time,
the basic meatloaf of my grandmother's recipe.
yeah, the first time you made that meatloaf, that was fucking killer, my guy. That was so fucking good. It became one of my favorite fucking things ever.
I appreciate that because I was gonna say one of my favorite things to make, even if I don't eat it all that often, just because I get burnt out of eating things that I enjoy a lot, so I try to space it out with things that I enjoy slightly less.
Yeah.
But I love, fuck's sake.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys heard the vine boom, but I sure did.
Continue.
I love making meatloaf. Because the first time that I made meatloaf for you, it was still my grandmother's recipe.
Yeah.
Which is a pound and a half of Hamburg, give or take, a tube of Ritz crackers crushed, 2 eggs, and salt and pepper. Put that in the loaf pan. Pack it down gently in the oven for 45 minutes. Take it out, top it with, or poke some holes in the top of it, and then top with, well, it's supposed to be mushroom gravy. I can't find mushroom gravy anymore, so
Yeah,
beef gravy.
It's really hard to find mushroom gravy.
It's really hard to find mushroom gravy.
And it's
unless you-
annoying.
It is. Unless you make it yourself or you want to make it from the powdered shit, you cannot find mushroom gravy anymore.
Yeah.
But I use beef gravy, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I have since changed this recipe so much.
Yeah, the recent one you made was, even though I only had a bite of it, it was still really damn good.
Yeah. I've made my grandmother's recipe my own by swapping out the Ritz crackers for stuffing. My current recipe is a taco meatloaf.
Yeah.
I won't go into the full details of that because I don't think your channel people care, but,
Yeah.
you know, if there's a comment asking me about it, I'll be happy to share my recipe.
Yeah. And another one of my favorite foods I just thought of, it's one that I don't make that often.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's not one that I make often anymore because now that I live by myself, there's no reason for me to fucking make it as often as I did when I lived with other people. But
Oh, the casserole?
my hamburger corn casserole.
Yep.
I fucking love that shit. I got it from one of my grandmother's old Better Homes and Gardens cookbooks, and I've slightly quote unquote improved on the recipe. I've
You
made it
made your
my
own
own.
take on it.
I've made my own take on it.
Yeah.
And I love it. But sorry if y'all can hear that. They just activated the snowplow, or snow thrower. But
I can feel that in the floor. Jesus Christ.
well, yeah, they're in the garage.
Still, I can feel it through the floor.
Same.
Jesus
But
Christ.
any advice for new YouTubers? Have fun.
Yeah.
When I started, I had a shitty laptop that I don't even think fucking runs anymore. I had an Elgato capture card that Dad bought me because he owed me for details and things I'm not going to get into.
Yeah. Irrelevant details.
Yeah. And a PS3. And my editing software, as I said earlier, was Windows Movie Maker.
Which, you know, is surprisingly versatile if you know what you're doing with it.
And I didn't know what I was doing with it.
Even for some jackass working with some software, you can do a lot.
Exactly. And then I got Adobe Premiere Pro, and I'm self-taught on that to the point where even going to something like DaVinci Resolve is fucking difficult as hell for me. But any advice for new YouTubers? Just have fun. Don't worry about your equipment, because some of my favorite YouTubers that are not even favorites, but some of the ones that I grew up with, like Merc Music, for example, he started with, when it came to gameplay, recording his screen with a fucking camcorder.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah. Don't worry about your equipment. Don't worry about...
If you want to improve your equipment over time, by all means. But
Yeah.
don't let the paywall of good equipment prevent you from making content.
Exactly. Like, all the shit I have here, this mic, that mic, this entire setup, this soundboard, I didn't have any of this
This just
starting
kind of
out.
happened eventually.
This has been accumulating over the almost 10 years.
Ow, fingers.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. That was my fault.
This has been... All of my stuff here has been accumulating in the almost 10 years I've been making content. You will not get any of this right off the bat unless you are one lucky motherfucker who is able to afford all of this shit right off the bat. And one thing that a lot of new YouTubers do, I found myself doing this too when I first started, is trying to imitate the style of people who inspired you.
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Exactly. But you don't... The way I look at it personally is don't imitate, but use it as inspiration. Like, when I started off doing reactions, I'll admit I was imitating Sick a little bit. Not so much with his, like, fire or nah ratings or how, like, analytical he can look at some songs, but I was kind of taking stuff that I enjoyed from his reactions and other reactors that I watched at the time and trying to implement them into my own content. It took a few months for me to finally be like, you know what? None of that's working for me. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to do everything how I want to do it. And clearly that's been working out for me. We finally reached 1,000. Clearly it's been working out.
Yeah, and, like, some of the earlier videos with me, you could tell I was definitely putting on some variety up front. Because I wasn't sure which particular YouTube personality I was trying to emulate, but I decided I was going to go for one of them.
Yeah. But
And then I've just kind of slowly settled into me.
Yeah, you've slowly settled into Shen.
Yeah. So if pretending to be somebody else for a bit is how you have to start, don't feel bad about doing that. If that's what it takes for you to start getting comfortable, if you have to start out of your comfort zone and then settle back into it, do that.
Exactly. That
Yeah.
kind of a scatterbrained answer from me, at least.
Yeah.
But
I figured I'd come from the other side of I was very much emulating other people. First person that comes to mind, or first, I guess, a group of people that comes to mind is fucking Cnanners, Sark, Cassie Mexican, all that.
I was kind of thinking more Ultra C.
Less so, actually.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, they are definitely an influence on me and how I look at games, but that's just because I adore James and Lee.
Right.
Speaking of, just because I am not affiliated with. Well, I'm a mod. I was a mod on their Twitch channel. I'm not anymore because I wasn't there as often because life happened. But I'm still adjacent to the channel, and the game that they got the most fame with, Nova Drift, is very soon coming in. Or I say very soon. We're in the home stretch of the 1.0 update for full release.
Nice.
It is currently on turbo sale. I don't know what exactly that turbo sale amounts to, but it was supposed to be a daily deal that they have since extended for, I think, until the game releases.
Oh, damn. I'll look into it after the video.
Yeah. The sale might be over now, actually, now that I'm thinking of it, but there was a sale going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wander off.
Okay.
I will chime back in. Oh, that was really loud in the mic. I will chime back in later.
Okay. All right. So I've got some more questions here. Like, obviously they're kind of in somewhat batches, but next question. Though your focus has primarily shifted to music reactions and reviews, and you're working on music yourself on the side, do you ever think you'll return to gaming related content in the future? And if so, in what capacity? A few videos, an equal amount, or back to your primary focus? I do plan on integrating gaming related content back into the channel. Like, I genuinely, like, I love doing my reactions / reviews, and obviously Shattered Souls, working on my own music, but I have never stopped wanting to implement gaming to my channel. It just admittedly took a major backseat because when it comes to my gaming videos, I like trying to put more effort into the gaming content, and that takes a lot longer than like a reaction video does. So I have to set aside a decent amount of time to be able to record the games I want to play, whether it's by myself or with other people, and actually get them into the editing bay and get them exactly how I wanted. Like, I'm planning on bringing the Dark Souls 2 boss hunt series back at some point, but I actually got to sit down and edit those videos, because I've had those videos since like 2018 and 2019, sorry. 2019. I've had those videos recorded since 2019, and it's 2024 now. That series has been on a very long unintentional hiatus, but with how life got for me lately, especially with 2020, I admit I put gaming shit on the back burner once I started doing reactions, and I kind of hate how I did that, because gaming is what started this channel, and I want to get back into doing that because I genuinely enjoy the gaming content. Like the videos that released recently of Doors on Roblox with Storm and Flitch, or Gary and I having a literal mirror match on Master Duel with him using a card for card copy of my Pendulum deck on Master Duel. I loved doing those. I unfortunately didn't give those videos the love that they deserved, but once I'm able to get back to that, I wholeheartedly plan on having gaming content integrated back into the channel, along with my reactions and Shattered Souls stuff. Given that your username at this time basically translates to weak, unsturdy metal, which is more true about your past than your present, do you ever think you'll change your username in the future to something less negative towards yourself? Honestly, when it came to the username of Pitiful Alloy 7, I never actually intended to make it seem as something negative towards myself. It's just the name that I used on absolutely everything at the time. But I've just become so fucking attached to the username. It's difficult for me to even think about changing it.
Plus the fact that in Leet Speak it writes out Pat is a happy accident.
And not only that, like my name is Patrick, but I go by Pat. My name online is Pitiful Alloy 7. People call me Pit.
Yeah.
Pit Pat.
Yeah. P-A-7. Well, 7's usually a T. Pat.
Pretty
Still
much.
Pat.
So
I honestly thought that was the reason why it was Pitiful Alloy 7 for the longest time.
no.
I thought for sure that's why.
Nope.
So this has been mildly enlightening for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, wandering back off.
Okay.
Bye.
But maybe there'll be a time that I won't be Pitiful Alloy 7 anymore. But at least for the time being, it's gonna stay as Pitiful Alloy 7 because, one, I don't feel like changing my fucking intro. Like my intro of, hey, what's up guys, Pitiful Alloy 7 here, or when it comes to the end of my outro, it's like, yeah, this has been Pitiful Alloy 7 and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. I've gotten so fucking used to saying all of that shit that, like, I have, like, my name for Denote Studios, and Cerberus is the one who asked this question, so obviously he knows this, but my name in the realm of Denote Studios is Loki. My name in Shattered Souls is Scarecrow. And my YouTube channel name itself is Pitiful Alloy 7. I feel like that's also a very good way for me to differentiate the different, I guess, versions of myself online. But I don't know. That's kind of a scatterbrained answer, I know, but yeah. What kind of music did you grow up with primarily, and how do you think it influenced who you are and what direction you've gone down in life? Now, the kind of music I grew up with primarily for the first, like, 11 years of my life was nothing but country music. I'm from Florida, and I spent a good portion of my childhood in Tennessee as well. I grew up with a shit ton of country music, specifically Montgomery Gentry, Toby Keith, Alan Jackson, all the big name people from the early to mid 2000s. And when Dad asked me if I wanted to pick a CD to play in the car on the way back from camp one day when I was in Cub Scouts, I instinctively went and grabbed the country music ones, and he was like, actually take from this one, and he gave me an entire booklet that had sleeves of nothing but rock ones. So I ended up, my introduction to rock, surprisingly enough, was with Metallica, their Black album with Enter Sandman. That was my first introduction to rock, and it just spiraled on from there. I kind of started growing more out of country and more into rock, heavy metal, alternative, and kind of to how I am now. How do I think it influenced who I am and what direction I've gone down in life? Honestly, I'm not sure. Like, I'm gonna use Citizen Soldier as an example again because they're who I listen to the most currently. With listening to their music, they've helped me try to get into a much better mindset and actually actually want to work on myself, because I know I'm not alone in how I feel. That there's someone out there who may not actually know me personally, but has gone through some of the stuff I've been through and knows what it's like and has bettered themselves. And I want to do the same. That's one of the reasons that Mike and I made Shattered Souls as well, because we want to help people. We want to help people better themselves while we're bettering ourselves. And as a sort of part 2 to question 3 above, is there any particular artist you've only recently discovered that that you've effectively put past artists you've enjoyed. Citizen Soldier, again, Citizen Soldier, because Sick Puppies, as even Cerberus knows, was my favorite band for the longest time. They were who I listened to the most. And then when I went down the rabbit hole, pun not intended, with Citizen Soldier, that pushed Sick Puppies off to the side. And admittedly, and I hate to say it, same with DA Games, because Sick Puppies and DA Games are who I listen to the most. But then lately we also have like Low Spirit, we have As a Structure Fails, Undefeated, Corpse. I've been listening to them a lot lately too. As a sort of part 3 to the previous questions, are there any artists that you simply cannot listen to even remotely, and or artists that you genuinely recommend everyone listen to regardless of genre preference? We already know Citizen Soldier is at least one of the latter, so we can automatically count them as one answer. And I already know one of the answers to the former, at least I think, but I don't know if you've ever publicly stated it on the channel before. When it comes to artists I simply cannot listen to even remotely, I don't like Blood on the Dance Floor. For example, Blood on the Dance Floor, I do not fucking like. Like, there's something, like, controversy of the band aside, there's just something about how they do music that I just don't like. Also, fuck Machine Gun Kelly. I don't like his fucking music. So, I will not listen to Machine Gun Kelly. I will not listen to Blood on the Dance Floor. There's probably a few more I can think of, but I can't think of them currently when it comes to ones that I won't listen to. But an artist I genuinely recommend everyone listen to, Corpse, Sick Puppies, As the Structure Fails, Undefeated, Low Spirit. There were a couple more I was thinking of. DA Games. I think some of them are fairly recent on my Spotify playlist, so let me. Starset. Like, I have to be in a very specific mood to listen to Starset, but Starset 100% is a good one. Controversies aside, Falling in Reverse. I genuinely do enjoy a lot of what Falling in Reverse does. Where are they? If you can find anything like alongside Has Been Hotel and Beetlejuice that Alex Brightman has done, like School of Rock, 100 fucking percent recommend anything that Alex Brightman is in. Black Veil Brides is pretty decent. Yeah, I'm looking through my playlist because I know what I was talking about is somewhere fairly close here. Honestly, fucking go listen to Glorb. Seriously, like, say what you want about AI stuff, but what people like Boy What are in Glorb are doing with like the whole SpongeBob AI shit, it's genuinely wonderful with what they're able to do. Halocene is another one. Like, actually really go check out Halocene. Smash Into Pieces, that's the other one. Smash Into Pieces. Yeah, Yeah, that answer was very long-winded. Took a lot longer than I anticipated to think of them, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, those are the answers I could think of with that. And funny enough, that's actually all the questions that I have right now. Thanks everyone who included, who not included, but who asked any questions for this. Do you have any more?
This is like a slightly more personal thing, but also channel relevant. What are the odds that we're gonna be able to hang out slightly more often so we can do more stuff together? Because I've told you my general availability, and I'm just a message away.
Yeah, I'm looking to try to get us to hang out a bit more.
I'll be honest, the people really liking me on your channel gave me a huge ego boost, and
the thing
I need more ego in my life lately.
The thing that makes it a bit difficult right now is just my work schedule with me working 8:30 at night to 7 in the morning and then sleeping most of the day.
Yeah.
But whenever I'll ask you off camera so you don't put it on camera, but I'll run you through most of my schedule as well, because I don't fully remember all your availability since you started working where you are now.
Yeah.
I remember your availability at your other job.
Yeah, but my availability is largely the same.
We'll
it also varies day to day, but you know.
We'll talk about it after this. But you got any other questions or?
Yes. Why haven't you pushed subscribe?
See, I don't even need to show my own channel.
Like, comment, subscribe. What do you call a werewolf YouTuber? A like and subscribe. Don't give me that look. It was fucking funny.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. It's got to Gary, Ethan, John, Easy, Hex, Guy, and 6 close with the links in the description. Follow me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/pitfalla7, where I am going to be starting to try to stream more. I know I say that all the time, but I am trying. You got to send me your channel at some point if you're ever going to fucking put anything on there.
I'll get there eventually. I'm actually looking to start a podcast at some point. Have I told you about this?
Negative.
Okay, I will tell you about this later.
All right, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm Pitfalla7. He showed up.
I lurked. Hello. I loom.
He's been mostly in my living room.
Yeah.
And
that makes it sound like I've been living there.
And I'll see you guys next time. And thank you so much again for 1,000 subscribers. Peace out, guys.
Get 2,000.